next presentation, our next speaker is here. Kunal Chopra, there he is, CEO of Kaspien Holdings. Kunal, how are we doing today?
I am doing good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. I see your slides. There we go. I'm going to step off here and let you do your thing.
All right. Well, thank you, Spencer. Appreciate you having me on. Well, again, thank you again, everyone. I'm Kunal Chopra, Chief Executive Officer at Caspian. We trade under the NASDAQ symbol KSPN, and excited to share with you today what the company's been up to, what our plans are going forward. Of course, before getting started, I'm going to make some forward-looking statements. Just want to make sure that every investor here on the call is fully protected. So let me start with just giving you a very high level on the company, what we do at a big picture, and then get into details right after that. But the best way to do that, I've realized, is to show you a video aligning very well to our mission, which is to optimize and grow brands on today's leading online marketplaces. So let me start by just playing you this short video.
Selling online is full of challenges. From slow sales, climbing marketing costs, counterfeiting, poor visibility, lack of data, too few resources, and not enough time. It's enough to make you feel like your brand isn't reaching its full potential. Let's change that. At Caspian, we have one simple mission: grow your brand. How? We've built Caspian into a one-stop shop for everything your brand needs to flourish on Amazon and other marketplaces. We've developed the most effective software and services for brand protection, digital marketing, creative services, logistics, supply chain, and so much more. Back in 2008, we started partnering with brands to sell their products online. Since then, we have been perfecting our technology, improving strategies, and anticipating trends to drive greater performance for our partners. Now, we're so much more than a retailer. We can still buy your products and sell them on marketplaces, or we can become an extension of your team and manage the channel as your agency. Or use our software to increase performance through data insights and automation. Soon, your customers are finding your products with ease, sales are climbing, and you have the resources to expand. No matter what you sell, how you sell, or where you sell, Caspian is here for you.
So yeah, I'll just tell you exactly what the video said. But big picture, Caspian, at the end of the day, our mission is to grow your brand on today's leading online marketplaces such as Amazon, Walmart, eBay, Target, among others. And we provide a complete platform of software, tech-enabled services, multiple business models to help brands grow online. As you can see on this slide, we pretty much are your single integrated back office solution for brand growth and optimization. Whether it comes to everything on the demand side, digital marketing, creative services, anything on the supply side, when it comes to inventory management, supply chain management, and anything in the middle, brand protection, data and insights, account management, compliance with taxes, and doing that across multiple marketplaces and doing that globally, your one-stop shop for everything marketplace growth is what Caspian is all about. Really, our vision for the future is to be number one in gross merchandise value, GMV, in a very highly fragmented seller services market. And seller services are specifically those companies that help brands grow businesses online. We think that we've got the right technology, the business model, the set of services fully connected into one platform to facilitate this long-term vision for our company. The landscape right now is an extremely fragmented market. As you all know, you're hearing a lot about the Amazon seller ecosystem in the media. There are 1.6 million active Amazon sellers that represent more than a $300 billion GMV market opportunity. And these folks completely dominate the Amazon marketplace. The total GMV as a percentage of total sales on Amazon driven by third-party sellers is more than what Amazon retail drives. And that has continued to grow on since 1999. It's more than 60% today. It's all coming from third-party sellers. Over time, I predict that we will see Amazon move into more of a platform company as being retail only. And it's extremely fragmented, as you can see on that top right graph there. There are tons of smaller sellers, and there are a few large sellers. That really represents the opportunity in front of us, is to help consolidate this highly fragmented market. Here's our history as a company. We started off in 2013 as greencupboards.com, reincorporated that company into eTails. And as eTails, what we were doing was really just focusing as a seller ourselves. We were one of those sellers that you saw in the previous chart. We were just using the third-party marketplace, and we were one of the first few sellers on the platform. And at the time, there was really no technology available. So we built everything in-house. We've been collecting data. We've been using those data to create more insights, building our tech know-how on top of that data to perfect that system to facilitate our own business. Over time, we were acquired by a company called Transworld Entertainment. I was hired as CEO of eTails. We diversified our business model to now become more of a one-stop shop platform, leverage the technology that we've been building over time, and really repositioning ourselves as a platform company to facilitate multiple marketplaces, multiple business models, multiple integrations, and truly becoming a one-stop shop. We rebranded the company recently to Kaspien last year from eTails and Transworld Entertainment. And over time, we have now facilitated this growth strategy where we hit $1 billion in lifetime revenue earlier this year with a focus to expand to multiple marketplaces, countries, categories, introduce a number of different new business models, including a new brand acquisition strategy, raised capital earlier this year as well, and we're well positioned, we believe, for growth in the future. So what are these seller services? I already defined what that is for you, but really they are all the companies that help brands build their businesses on marketplaces. It's the seller services industry. Our goal is to create a one-stop shop marketplace growth platform for optimization and growth. We are one of the pioneers when it comes to the seller services market, and we have the right value proposition of all the services, technology, software required for a brand to build their business online. And this matters a lot because you know that we saw this acceleration in e-commerce happen during COVID. Then there were supply chain issues that the industry is facing this year. And again, a service like Caspian that includes the know-how, software, and technology all coming together can really help brands take advantage of the tailwinds in this space, but also help them through headwinds that come when it comes to supply chain issues, for example, like we're seeing in the industry today. So let's talk a little more about our platform very specifically. The Caspian platform is driven by proprietary, built in-house completely by us, artificial intelligence-based software, and it powers predictive insights, automation, and efficient solutions. Right from real-time analytics, supply chain management, brand optimization, algorithmic advertisement, multi-marketplace integrations, multiple category integrations, all sit on top of our AI-powered software and technology. It's pretty much a one-stop shop technology platform that has a bunch of connected services. And that's how we differentiate ourselves from some of the others in the market out there that claim to say that they have the best tech. We've got technology, but we have layered on top of that connected services to create a true one-stop shop platform that is extremely customizable and very comprehensive. Comprehensive because we can support everything out there, everything on the supply chain, multiple marketplaces, multiple categories, and customizable because we can customize it because of our services for every brand out there. So we're not just a cookie cutter shop, we customize our offerings for different brands. Now let's talk about the business. So that's our platform. That is all the software, has the services. Now let's talk about our business. How do we actually make money on top of that platform? We've got two core business models, and they're subdivided into two smaller business models with them. On the left-hand side, you'll see that our core business model is what we call retail, where we own the inventory. This is where Caspian will buy the inventory from brands, and then using our platform, we will sell them on different marketplaces. We also have a slight variation of that model, which we call Caspian Brands. In Caspian Brands, we have incubated our own brands as well as acquire brands if the opportunity is provided in front of us. So that's the model in which we have access to the inventory. We hold the inventory, we take control of it, we manage the entire value chain end to end. On the other side, this is where the partner or the brand owns the inventory. And we've got two models here. One is our agency model, where we provide them with services. This is a recurring revenue business. We get paid a retainer as well as a small fee of the transaction and the volume that we drive, as well as we've commercialized aspects of our platform for brands to take their own operations in-house. And so pretty much trying to serve brands across the entire spectrum, depending on who they are, where they are, and what their goals are. So let's talk about the first piece, which is we own the inventory. The first model is retail as a service. This is exactly what I said. We buy inventory, similar to a third-party retailer would, and then we sell it on these different marketplaces. We've seen an average increase of 40% in revenue per partner as they come onto our platform. And that's our value proposition to our brands. As you come to us, we can increase your revenue by 40%. That's what we've seen as part of our data. It's a simple model. We use our platform, we buy the inventory, and we sell it. Then a variation to this model is Caspian Brands. We've used our own platform. We've found opportunities in the market where there were gaps that existed, and we used our platform to be able to incubate our own brands. And these are some of our brands that you see on the slide. Jump Off Joe, Keto the Great, Koi Beauty, Big Betty. These are brands that we have incubated and we will continue to incubate over time. And again, our platform helps us identify gaps. We've got relationships with multiple contract manufacturers, ordering, reordering products, etc. A variation to this model is our brand acquisition strategy. We've also realized as part of the evolution of a brand's growth path is to exit at some point of time. And if we find that that's a good way for us to be able to control the entire value chain, be able to access a better margin profile, we've got a number of different opportunities in our acquisitions funnel that we're also actively pursuing to continue to build out that Caspian Brands portfolio, not just through incubation, but also through acquisition. Then if you go to the other side of our business model, which is where the partner owns the inventory, our first model is an agency partnership. Like I said, the partner manages the inventory. We provide you with all the services and the software required for you to be able to grow online. So everything we talked about, inventory management, digital marketing, creative services, all the stuff that we talked about is available for brands to utilize through Caspian, but more in a services model. This is great for brands, and it's sort of sharing the workload between the two brands. And for us, it's great because it's a recurring revenue model, and we also start getting a transaction fee on the volume that we drive. We've seen this business grow 207% in fiscal year 2020. It's our fastest growing business, and it continues to grow pretty well for us. And then finally, we've got software. There are brands that want to take their operations in-house. This is a Q software as a service self-serve model. 100% recurring revenue. We've already commercialized 3 of our offerings: Amazon Marketing Automation, seller reimbursement, seller and price tracking, and we have more to come as part of our roadmap. So by centralizing all our software and connected services into a single platform, not only are we using that platform internally to buy inventory, to incubate our own brands, buy brands, but also facilitating that in terms of services and software out to the broader ecosystem. And that makes us a comprehensive platform, because not only can we customize every offering for a particular brand, but we can also present it to a brand in a different business model that depends on their goals and where do they want to go. So that's Caspian's brand platform. We truly believe that by positioning ourselves as a platform business, we are facilitating scale and driving lifetime value. The more products that we can get onto our platform, the more brands we can onboard, the more data and insights we get, the more software, services, integrations, marketplaces that we can start putting together, more tailored solutions that we create for brands. That will facilitate even more products on the platform, giving us more data and insights. And that continues to help us build a long-term relationship with our brands. And the flywheel continues to kick in. The more we can continue to build out our platform to be more sophisticated with a number of different services, we believe that this flywheel effect will continue to kick in for all our brands on our platform. But more importantly, we can do this at scale, which keeps our costs down and gives us the economies of scale to be able to do this at an extremely large volume, which is what we have seen over time. And that's what got us to that level of $1 billion in lifetime revenue. Let's talk a little bit about our financials and our KPIs. 2020, $250 million in GMV, 40% growth in our retail revenue per partner. Monthly recurring revenue in our recurring revenue model increased by 180%. 800 brands now that we work with. The gross merchandise value per partner increased by 87%. improvements in gross profit by 50%. All the leading indicators of our business tell us that we have built the right model for us to be able to facilitate some true scale in the future. We will continue to drive our retail businesses through retail as well as through Caspian Brands, but then also continue to drive our fastest growing business through subscriptions, and which includes agency as well as software as a service through this recurring revenue model. In fact, you can look at this right here. Since we started and since we launched this new, more platform-like approach towards agency as well as software as a service, diversifying away from that core original retail model, you can see that almost 50% of our total gross merchandise value is now driven by a combination of subscriptions as well as our retail businesses. So that volume continues to grow up. We continue to diversify more of our GMV into recurring revenue subscriptions like businesses, and we're excited about that portion of the future. In fact, here are some of our LTV to CAC drivers. On the left-hand side, you'll see our subscriptions business, only a new business, past 2 years. We've achieved an LTV to CAC ratio of 3.3 with a payback period of about 8 months. And on the retail side, it's a lot higher. That's an older business for us. It's been around for a while. 9.5 LTV to CAC ratio, 6 months payback on new customers that we get in. So again, pretty strong drivers of the overall business, and very excited to continue to bring that subscription business closer to what the retail numbers say, as well as continue to drive more growth on the retail side as well. This is what's the beautiful part about Caspian's model. It's because we're so diversified, because we're so comprehensive, because we're so customizable, we have created a value proposition that spans the entire journey of a customer relative to some of the other competitors out there in the market. Initially, brands might want to just focus on manufacturing, and they want to sell to Amazon retail or sell to maybe a third party. Well, that's where we are. Caspian Retail can help there. Caspian Agency can help there. As a brand continues to grow, they might want to take their operation in-house completely. That's where Caspian SaaS comes into play. At some point of time, they might want to exit because they're done and they can't find enough more opportunity in the market. Well, that's where Caspian can come in again. And so by creating a diversified model, we continue to serve the brand as they grow through their journey, and it increases the lifetime value of the customer on our platform. A customer can come in to Caspian for one of our services, and that's where that flywheel can start kicking in, because we can upsell them an opportunity into another service. If they want to change their business model, we can move them to another business model. And the beauty of that is it's all based on the same platform. Once we have access to the brand, once we have access to their data, we can utilize that data, we can utilize that relationship with the brand to be able to serve them in a way that makes sense to them. And that's the differentiator on how we are approaching the market relative to some very cookie cutter offerings out there that you saw on the previous slide. So, my friends, $1 billion in retail sales. Over time, 4,000 brands served. On average, 60% revenue growth in the first 3 months of joining us. You go to Amazon today, 99% positive lifetime rating. As part of our reimbursement program, which we didn't really talk about in detail, $5 million has been returned to FBA sellers. We operate in a $1 trillion addressable market out there. We currently support Amazon, Walmart, eBay, Target, Kroger, and many more coming in as part of our roadmap going forward into fiscal 22 and beyond. So we're really excited about the opportunity and what Caspian can do for the world. We're excited about achieving our mission to accelerate, grow, optimize brands on today's leading online marketplaces. And certainly with your help, we will be able to get to that vision of being number one in gross merchandise value when it comes to the seller services industry. So I'll stop there, take any questions that you might have, but please contact us at any given point of time if you'd like to learn more about Caspian and what we're doing.
All right, we do have some questions from the chat, but we are up against time, so I'm going to go quick, all right? We're going to rip through a few of these questions here. Kunal, let's do it. Question number one. In lieu of yesterday, do you guys use AWS as your backbone?
Yes, I mean, we certainly have a combination. We've got AWS as well as we've got our on-premise options as well when it comes to, yeah.
Nice. Succinct question, succinct answer. Number 2, what is your median gross merchandise value, GMV?
So it varies a lot between by brand, but I would say it's in that 100K range or so right now.
Okay. What is the rev split across the 4 service lines?
So rev is interesting because right now rev is more geared towards the retail side because we only capture a small piece of the total subscriptions revenue. So on a GMV basis, it's about 50-50. Revenue is more on that 90-10 split.
Okay, awesome. All right, thank you very much. We've been on with Caspian Holdings and their CEO, Kunal Chopra. Kunal, thank you so much for the time today. Thank you so much for coming on the Benzinga Small Cap Conference.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Spencer. Thank you, everyone. Best of luck.